If you want an example of how close the margins are when it comes to getting drafted or not, we present the case of Dallas Cowboys safety Elijah Clark. Clark, 6'1" and 190 pounds, has the size or close enough and talent to play in the NFL. In his final college game for Syracuse, he was named Holiday Bowl Defensive MVP with 6 tackles and an interception in a 52-35 win over Washington State. That followed a season in which he had 61 tackles, 4 pass deflections, and an interception as he helped lead the Orange to just their second AP Top 25 finish since 2001. The problem for Clark, who was not drafted, essentially came down to his 40-yard dash time. Clark ran the 40 in 4.5 seconds at the NFL Scouting Combine, which is probably faster than almost anyone you know and faster than many NFL players at his position. It's just slightly outside the range of what NFL teams consider draftable at the safety position. You can make an argument that if Clark had run just 0.05 seconds faster and clocked in at 4.45 or even just 0.01 faster and run in 4.49, then he might have been picked. It's not fair, but it's how things are. It's made Clark a long shot to make the Cowboys' 53-man roster, but now it seems like he has a real shot, even if it means bouncing a veteran out of the way in the process. Clark could actually be one of 2 former Syracuse stars to do so for the Cowboys, alongside linebacker Justin Barron, a fellow UDFA. Clark and Barron understand that it won't be easy to make the Cowboys, the Dallas Morning News' Joseph Hoyt wrote on July 9th. They still went undrafted after all, despite being UDFA priorities. Linebacker and safety are both positions stocked with Cowboys veterans. If they both want to make the team, they'll probably have to push one of them out. They'll have a chance. Clark appeared at times with the starting defense during minicamp while veterans Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker dealt with injuries. Clark projected as priority free agent pre-draft. NFL draft analyst Lance Zierlein had Clark projected as a priority free agent, and he and Barron received the most money of any UDFA on the roster with contracts that include $300,000 in guaranteed money. 3-year starter with below-average size but potential position versatility, Zierlein wrote. Clark plays with solid anticipation and coverage and a feel for attacking throwing lanes when he's in position. He lacks top-end speed but can line up over the slot. He's willing in run support but feels small when taking on blocks or tackling, and that issue will become more pronounced as a pro. PFF's Ben Cooper singled Barron out as the one UDFA to watch on the Dallas roster in 2025. Barron garnered $234,000 in guaranteed money with a $20,000 signing bonus from Dallas, making him one of the team's highest-paid undrafted free agents, Cooper wrote on May 13th. It was warranted for the Syracuse product, who proved himself as a valuable coverage defender and run defender with the Orange. DeMarvion Overshone's late-season injury and Kenneth Murray's shaky reputation could create room for Barron in the Cowboys' linebacker rotation. The Dallas Cowboys just want to get to the 2025 season before anything else negative happens to their team. Entering the Brian Schottenheimer era, Dallas is expecting to get back to their winning ways. From 2021 to 2023, the team won 12 games each regular season. However, there is at least one more legal issue they'll have to figure out. Breaking, Cowboys starter arrested for driving ungodly fast, report. Over the weekend, a Dallas Cowboys star was reportedly caught speeding excessively. Cowboys special teams star Cavani Turpin was reportedly arrested by police on multiple charges over the 4th of July holiday weekend. Turpin was reportedly pulled over and charged with 1 count of possession of an unlawful weapon and 1 count of possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces. However, at the time he was pulled over, Turpin, who is one of the fastest players in the National Football League, was reportedly speeding close to 100 miles per hour. TMZ Sports had the details. According to an Allen Police Department incident report we obtained, Turpin was pulled over at around 11:49 p.m. on Saturday in Texas, after cops say they clocked him going 97 miles per hour in 70 miles per hour zone in his 2022 Dodge. During the traffic stop, authorities claim an unholstered 9mm pistol was seen in plain view in the back of the wide receiver's ride. Less than 2 ounces of weed, cops added, were later found in the car's center console. Turpin was hauled off to jail and booked on 2 misdemeanor charges, 1 count of possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces, and 1 count of unlawful carrying of a weapon. Turpin is coming off a big year. He was a first-team All-Pro at kick return, returning one for 99 yards against the Washington Commanders. He was also a standout punt returner, averaging more than 10 yards per return, while also recording 420 receiving yards. The Cowboys were relying on him to take an even bigger step forward with the offense during the 2025 season. However, the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver has suffered an unfortunate setback with his off-season arrest. We'll have to see how the Cowboys handle it. In what is to be considered one of their busiest off-seasons in recent memory, the Dallas Cowboys have filled plenty of their biggest holes on both sides of the ball over the past few months. That said, however, one need Jerry Jones and company haven't really addressed is replacing nickel cornerback Jordan Lewis, who left America's team after 8 years to sign a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars pretty much the moment free agency began back in March. However, despite training camp being mere weeks away, the Cowboys still have an option at their disposal in this regard. One Bleacher Report's Matt Holder believes would be a phenomenal fit in Big D, that being veteran Mike Hilton, whom he called one of the most surprising players still available. Adding Hilton could keep Darren Bland on the boundary while allowing the Cowboys to be patient with Trayvon Diggs and rookie Siobhan Revel Jr. as both recover from torn ACLs, Holder wrote. Cowboys need to sign CB Mike Hilton before it's too late. That's a pretty spot-on assessment, and this is undoubtedly a move the Cowboys should make, especially seeing as how Hilton is extremely affordable and would assist the Dallas defense in fixing arguably its biggest problem from a season ago. Over the course of his 8-year career with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cincinnati Bengals, Hilton has never had the numbers to be considered a superstar but has been a consistent and reliable presence to a defensive unit. Yes, he can be a little inconsistent at times in pass coverage, but still has 13 interceptions and 56 passes defended to his name. But he's long had a reputation for being one of the best at his position against the run. And the fact that his 91.7 run defense grade last season ranked first among all NFL cornerbacks is really all the proof you need in that regard. Dallas was one of the worst teams against the run in 2024, allowing the 4th most yards per game on the ground at 137.1, so the veteran would obviously help Matt Eberflus' unit in that department. Throw in the fact that Hilton has recorded 12 tackles for loss in each of the last 2 seasons, and the argument only gets stronger. As Holder points out, one thing that could be scaring teams off is Hilton's age, as he turned 31 back on March 9th. But the easy way to counter that is to just sign him to a 1-year deal and see what happens. And it's not as if it would take all that much money, especially given where we are on the calendar. During his 4-year run with the Bengals, Hilton was averaging $6 million per season. Whether he's worth that right now is debatable, but even if the Cowboys signed him to a 1-year deal for that figure, it's something they can afford, as they currently have more than $32 million in available cap space. So, this is undoubtedly doable.